Namaste and welcome to this episode of the Thursday Thoughts. What is your answer if I ask you from January 31st, 2000 to December 1st, 1999, how much of time is that? How many days or how many months? And if you come back to me and tell it is 99 years and 2 months, I will tell you you are not Y2K compliant. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are reminded of the Y2K problem in all the computers. It was such a simple logic that if the two, the year's value, the last two digits are zero, the computer assumed that it is 1900. So 1999 is 99 years away. But if you ask it is 2000 January, it would not understand. So that is how 2000 is 2K. Yes, Y2K, year 2K, that created so much of, in fact, job opportunities. Yeah, every problem gives you opportunity to improve, gives you opportunities to employ a lot of people, lot of brains, and every disaster for that matter is a window, small window that opens up new vistas of new life, new opportunities, job, intelligent, whatever it is. So now, why are we talking about disaster? Because, yes, you are right. July 19th, 0409 UTC, yeah, or GMT if you can call it like that. The cyber attack experts, that means the prevention for cyber attacks, there is a company called CrowdStrike. We didn't know about it, say, 1 week back, but last Friday evening, around evening, we in India came to know about it because all over the world, estimated 8.5 million Windows computers displayed a blue screen, which is now infamous in fact, BSOD, the blue screen of death. And that has come as a result of a small bug or error code inserted as an update by the CrowdStrike, the outsourcing partners of Microsoft, to that extent that all the Microsoft computers all over the world, luckily India escaped it because various reasons. If you had Windows 365 or Azure, in fact, all the systems wherein the CrowdStrike cyber protection programs were residing, because of this update, within seconds, it was observed that all those monitors are displaying the blue screen of death, BSOD, all over the world, be it the 9/11 services in the USA, be it the Delta Airlines in all the airports of United States of America. There were almost more than 5,000 cancellation of flights and 2,700 cancellation of air tickets, and they had to give away to passengers handwritten boarding passes. Can you believe it? It was almost like we have gone back to our primitive ages. So what went wrong? Let me be very clear about it. I am no computer expert. I have absolutely no idea of how the computers work or how the software is written. Though I did my electronics engineering and telecom engineering way back in 1984, I struggled to write the bubble sort in the basic. Those days, yeah, basic was the beginner's all-purpose systematic or symbolic instruction code. But I'm really amazed to see how this particular thing has happened, that BSODs were displayed all over in the hospitals, in the queues of the airports, and even 9/11 got affected by it. And you know what is the loss? Estimated loss is around 4.7 or up to $5 billion. So and it is inserted, it is intentionally, in the sense that it is knowingly inserted by a company which is supposed to protect your computers, your Windows 7.11 versions or higher. And from 0409 to 0527, 78 minutes, the whole world came to a grinding halt. Till the crowd strike, people took corrective measures and started displaying all over the world that yes, we have found it is, first of all, it is not a cyber attack, and it is a glitch, it is an error code, or it is a by mistake an update that has created all the havoc. And there were no ways to come out of the update unless you shut it down and you went into a safe mode, as it is known in the Windows or computers. So of course Linux and Oracle and other computers did not get affected. Thankfully, India also was not so much affected by it, except that, of course, I think Indigo, the Indigo Airlines had to cancel a lot of flights. Even the Rajiv Gandhi International Airport had to cancel flights for 1 or 2 days, and slowly things are coming back. But it is estimated that it may take weeks or even months for people who used it so extensively, like the Delta Airlines of the USA, to come back to the normal working conditions. And this is how it has happened. That's why I'm telling. I basic only I know. I don't know much about the computer, how the codes are written, where is the hardware. It is said that a computer is having the hardware at the base core of its functioning. Then it has got the kernel, which is the inner or zero, the ring zero, which is the inside, which it has got its own operating systems there, and the application software and all that stay in the ring one and the above level. So any program, any update, any updation or update that is issued by the software people, it generally stays in the application user base or the ring one. So if there is any error in that, it will shut down. It's only shut down that particular program. But here what was happening is it has affected the kernel itself, where all the devices are controlled. It is out of control. I mean, the programmer didn't have any control of it. It was showing the blue screen, the blue screen of death, in fact. So I mean, I find it very hard to believe that such a thing happened. The way I was thinking how the Y2K problem would have come to the programmers, how they could not have seen that 00 in the last 2 digits of the year. The computers will assume it as 1900 and not 2000. So I mean, after you know the solution, the problem looks very simple, but before it appears to you is a huge problem. So I mean, whatever it is, the truth will come to us at a much later date. We don't know whether we'll come to know the exact thing what has happened, though the crowd strike people are giving what is known as the preliminary incident report, PIR. Yeah, preliminary incident report, because they are not trying to term it as an accident. As you know, in the flight parlance, an incident is something which is of minor nature, but better it is avoided next time around. So they are calling it as an incident. And as a result of this particular incident, the initial report tells that it is a small program. They have got two different versions of control. One is known as the rapid response component, and the other one is so many explanations are coming, but I mean it's very difficult for me to read out all that. And it basic is that there was an error, there was a mistake, a bug, if you want to call it as a bug, in the update, and without checking they have put it. In fact, they have got the primary company is Microsoft. There is a Windows hardware quality lab. So WHQL. So any update has to be run through that. They have to test it and standalone mode, and then only they will issue to be, to approve it or say that go ahead, give a green signal to the coders, and then they are issuing it as an update. But this is an automatic update, and because of which there were, it seems, all zeros, and the zero only was creating a problem, and all the computers were shutting down. So, and as a result, your blue screen of death, the BSOD, was getting displayed, and how much of havoc it has created. So, it is, and everybody, all computer experts all over the YouTube, all over the reports, everywhere, they are telling it is likely to happen more and more in future, because we are going to depend on computer programming. Now we are talking about artificial intelligence, machine learning, but we are missing the basics, if you ask me. I'm not blaming anyone because I'm no expert, but I am just seeing what is happening around me. You find that a particular update is already issued to all the consumers without being even checked even once, that it will hang the computer. I mean, can you think like that? But I don't know, it looks very simple to me, because I don't know much. I can't think very complexly, because I don't know complexity at all. The simple fact is somebody has not checked it properly. Or the other side, which is still very scary, is somebody has known that this is what is going to happen. Somebody knows that this is what is going to happen, and he has intentionally inserted it, like cyber attack. So all the companies are right now telling, no, 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 it is not a cyber attack. I know the solution. See, the thing is, all over the world how the computer bugs, or people give problems and they find the solutions themselves. They say it is a virus attack, and I've got a solution for your virus. So antivirus systems. So you want to market it. So like that, it is difficult to digest 1 kg of Digene, or maybe like that, or a Hajmola is required for us to digest that. A big company, a reputed company at that, I think Alphabet uses the same what do you call crowd strike companies protection for cyber attacks. So they were supposed to be protecting the computers from cyber attacks, and ironically they have inserted a problem. So it can happen to anyone. Somebody unfortunately has told to err is human, so anybody can make a mistake. So that is why you require a system wherein it has to be checked before it is issued to the public in general, or users, thousands of users. Can you imagine 8.5 million computers crashing within seconds of the particular update coming? So, it is very simple. For me, a person like me who doesn't know much, who's not an expert, I'm not a cyber expert, nor I'm a software expert. But I think the basic it is not a computer language of basic. I'm talking about the basic science, the basic system procedures have to be followed. So you can't hoodwink a quality assurance, that to software quality assurance in your company, and you issue it on a Friday evening. So I mean, that is how one of my friends was quipping. It could be in a cyber attack. Look at the timing; it has come in the afternoon of Friday, so that weekend is disturbed for all the Microsoft people and even CrowdStrike people. So whatever it is, the basic you can see in the history, recent history, we had so many disasters. So what is any systems? So many systems we have. What is our systems? Disaster response coefficient. Yeah, I would like to emphasize on that. How quickly you can respond to disaster in a way that it is brought back to normalcy. So very simple is, had you noticed that this is a problem, like your computer is hanging or it needs to be rebooted, just give an option to come out of the particular update. So that is it, as simple as that. But I don't know what prevented them from giving such an option. Any updation you are planning to introduce into your system, you should have a choice whether, if you are facing a problem, your data is getting lost. There is huge data we are talking about. So much data is that big data analysis. I mean, there's a system, there is the branch of study in computer science, big data analysis. So data is going to be of prime importance. So you can't lose data. So in case you find some threat is there, you just tell that I'm okay with the earlier version of it. So there should be n-1 or n-2. You can go back to the second version also, the first version prior to the particular introduction of the updation, even the second version, the previous n-2 version also. So like that, I mean, there are so many ways of looking at it. And to me, again, very simpleton, I don't know much complexities in life because I don't want to. Life is very simple if you follow very simple steps. Like a country like India, we depend so much on all the computers, on all the smartphones. What if something happens like this dangerous? So are we really protected against, if you want to join the group, join the crowd, like CrowdStrike, anything can happen. So is it not time for India to think of having its own cloud? I'm told this particular thing was inserted through cloud. So is it not time for us to think about Atmanirbhar cloud? Can we have our own cloud? Can we have our own operating system? Can we not have our own computer systems which will be working parallelly with Windows or anything like that? So Androids or whatever you call it, even the other operating systems. So is it not imperative for all the Indian software engineers to think in these lines and develop our own database, develop our own operating system, which will be standalone. It will be working parallelly with the existing systems all over the world. So, or else there will be a problem. I'm told Ola had worked like that. They did not depend on the Google Maps. They came out of Google Maps. They had their own maps and they are working fine. So it all depends whether you want to take the struggle of standing alone. And like Russia and China, they didn't have any problem as regards to the CrowdStrike is concerned. So I mean, it comes at a price, I'm sure, but I think it's time for us, the biggest software market in the world, the biggest software engineering producing country like India, we have to think in those lines. Not that we have, I know we are definitely, there are a lot of things we still depend on. We don't have basic chip manufacturing. We are still thinking about it. So all said and done, but we are already making efforts to have our own chip manufacturing in India. So like that, can we not think about our own cloud, Bharat Cloud, or Bharat Operating System, BOS? So I mean, these are some thoughts. This is basically what I'm trying to do it through my Thursday thoughts. What all doubts I get, I want to read and try to get some information. May not be true, may not be correct all the times, because I'm not an expert in all the fields. In fact, I am an expert in no field. But I want to discuss it open heartedly. I want to open my thinking and share it with you. If it provokes some thinking in the brilliant brains that come across this particular talk, I would request them to kindly look into these possibilities, have a system, a robust system, and have testing methodology. Don't sideline the quality assurance, because QA is basically not only QA is quality assurance question and answers. Ask as many questions as possible, and try to get as many answers as possible, and then only things can be robust, and India can avoid such catastrophes, such disasters. Look at the COVID, because we struggled. We lost a lot of lives in our country as well as all over the world. But the moment systems were kept in place, were brought into place, like wearing masks and isolating patients all over India, I think it was brought under control quite admirably. I should say so. So like that, see, as it is told, if you don't learn from your mistakes, history will be repeating it to teach you again and again, and you will be condemned to repeat your mistakes again and again. So, this is a small thought. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great time till we meet next time. God bless. Bye bye.